The ancient superfoods fueling Africa's future. What if the secret to your future health isn't hiding in some high-tech lab? What if it's been here all along, growing quietly for thousands of years, right in the soil of the world's oldest continent? Every day we're chasing the next big thing, the new powder, the exotic jungle fruit. But the real power, the key to potent nutrition, might just be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going on a journey across Africa to uncover 5 ancient powerhouse ingredients. These aren't just foods, they're legacies, packed with incredible health benefits, and they're making a global comeback in some seriously delicious ways. Welcome to a story of rediscovery, a story about how the past is literally fueling our future. We're not just talking about ingredients today, we're talking about heritage on a plate. For centuries, communities across the vast African continent have relied on these 5 foods for survival, for strength, and for incredible flavor. They were the original superfoods long before that word even existed. But with modern agriculture focusing on just a handful of crops like wheat and corn, many of these nutritional treasures got pushed aside, overlooked, underused, and almost forgotten by the rest of the world. But something amazing is happening. A new generation of chefs, farmers, and entrepreneurs are bringing these ingredients back. And for good reason. They're drought resistant in a time of climate change. They're packed with nutrients for a health-conscious world, and they offer a delicious way to build a more diverse and sustainable food system. This is a journey into the heart of Africa's culinary soul. We'll explore the funky umami power of dawa dawa, the sweet, fibrous mystery of the tiger nut, the climate-resilient promise of the bambara groundnut, the misunderstood magic of okra, and the vibrant ruby-red refreshment of hibiscus. Get ready to meet the ancient superfoods that are about to change the way we eat. 1. Dawa dawa, the umami powerhouse of the Sahel. Our first stop is the sun-drenched savannas of West Africa. Growing here is the African locust bean tree, a kind of living pantry for the people of this land. And its most prized treasure is a fermented seasoning called dawa dawa. Now, to someone who's never tried it, dawa dawa can be intense. It comes in dark, pungent balls, and the aroma is deep, complex, and unapologetically funky. But that smell is a sign of serious flavor. This is the heart of West African umami, a flavor bomb that was the secret ingredient in stews and soups for centuries, long before artificial stock cubes came along. It adds a savory, meaty depth that's impossible to replicate. Making dawa dawa is an art. The seeds from the locust bean pods are harvested, boiled for hours, and then carefully fermented. It's this ancient process that unlocks its incredible flavor and, just as importantly, its nutrients. And let's talk health, because dawa dawa is a giant. In places where meat can be scarce, it's a crucial source of plant-based protein. But its real power is in the micronutrients. It's packed with iron, making it a traditional shield against anemia, which causes weakness and fatigue. It's also loaded with calcium for bone health and vital fats for brain function. Modern science is finally catching up to this ancient wisdom. Studies show dawa dawa is full of antioxidants that protect the body from chronic illness. It even contains catechins, the same good stuff you find in green tea, which can help relax blood vessels and stabilize blood pressure. So in every spoonful of a dawa dawa seasoned soup, you're getting a dose of preventative medicine. So why is it making a comeback now? The food world is always looking for authentic, bold, natural flavors, and dawa dawa is the perfect fit. Chefs are rediscovering it as a natural flavor enhancer. Think of it melting into a rich okra soup or stirred into jollof rice, where its deep umami balances the sweet and spicy notes. But it's not just in traditional kitchens. Entrepreneurs are powdering it and selling it in spice blends, making its complex flavor accessible to everyone. Health-conscious foodies are seeking it out as a soy-free, gluten-free alternative to other fermented seasonings. This renewed interest creates a vital income stream for the rural communities, especially the women who are the traditional makers of dawa dawa. This isn't just a seasoning, it's a story of resilience, flavor, and empowerment in one potent, fermented bean. 2. Tiger nuts, the ancient snack of pharaohs. Our next journey takes us north to the banks of the Nile and way back in time. We're looking for a food so ancient, it's been found in the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs, a snack for the afterlife. This is the tiger nut. First, let's clear something up. The tiger nut isn't a nut, and it has nothing to do with tigers. It's actually the tiny root of a plant called Cyperus esculentus, a wild cousin of the papyrus plant. For thousands of years, these little wrinkled tubers have been a beloved food. Archaeologists have found evidence of them being consumed 18,000 years ago in the Nile Valley. Ancient Egyptians ate them raw, but they also got creative. Tomb paintings from the 15th century BCE show a recipe for a type of tiger nut cake, where the tubers were ground with honey and baked into loaves as offerings for the gods. It was basically one of the world's first energy bars. So what do they taste like? Fresh, they're crisp and juicy. Dried, they become chewy with a sweet, nutty flavor, kind of like an almond or a pecan. That natural sweetness made them a big deal long before sugarcane was widely available. But the real magic of the tiger nut is its nutrition. It's a fiber powerhouse. Specifically, it contains prebiotic fiber, which is food for the good bacteria in your gut. A happy gut is linked to everything from better digestion and a stronger immune system to improved mental health. It's also a great source of healthy fats, similar to olive oil, which are great for your heart. They're packed with minerals like magnesium for muscle function and potassium for blood pressure, plus a dose of vitamins E and C. And the most famous way to use tiger nuts today is in a creamy, refreshing drink called horchata de chufa. While many people know the rice-based horchata from Latin America, the original version from North Africa and Spain is made with tiger nuts. In West Africa, a similar drink called kunu aya is incredibly popular. You just soak the dried tiger nuts, blend them with water, and strain the liquid. The result is a naturally sweet, creamy, dairy-free milk. The global comeback of the tiger nut is happening on a few fronts. For people on special diets like paleo or AIP that exclude grains and nuts, tiger nut flour is a game changer for baking. You'll also find them sold whole as a snack, just like they were eaten thousands of years ago. From the tombs of Egypt to the shelves of your local health food store, the tiger nut is a perfect example of an ancient food that's finding its moment right now. 3. Bambara groundnut, the complete food for a changing climate. For our third superfood, we're heading back to West Africa, to the land of the Bambara people in what is now Mali. Here, we find a humble legume with an amazing gift: the Bambara groundnut. This isn't your average peanut. It grows underground, but it's a totally different plant that might just hold solutions to some of our planet's biggest problems. For generations, farmers across sub-Saharan Africa have called the Bambara groundnut a complete food. And that's not just a cute nickname. It's because of its almost perfectly balanced nutritional profile. It has a great mix of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. Combine that with plenty of fiber and minerals like iron and calcium, and you have a food that can pretty much sustain a person on its own. But the real genius of the Bambara groundnut is what it does for the planet. This is a crop that thrives where others can't. It's incredibly drought tolerant, able to produce a harvest with very little rainfall and in poor, sandy soil where crops like corn would just die. This makes it a hero for our changing climate. And it gets better. As a legume, the Bambara groundnut actually fertilizes the soil. It pulls nitrogen from the air and puts it back into the ground, enriching the land instead of depleting it. It's a truly regenerative crop that gives back more than it takes. Traditionally, these groundnuts are super versatile. You can find them boiled or roasted as a snack at busy markets. They're also ground into a protein-rich flour to make porridge or steamed into savory puddings. In eastern Nigeria, a dish called okpa is made from this flour, mixed with spices, wrapped in leaves, and steamed into a delicious golden cake. Despite all this, the Bambara groundnut has been overlooked for years, but that's changing fast. The global search for sustainable food has put this little legume in the spotlight. Food tech companies are now using Bambara groundnut flour in new products. One company, Superfoods, is making high-protein instant noodles and a creamy dairy-free milk called baobab nut milk from it. Chefs are catching on too, loving its earthy, nutty flavor for plant-based dishes. From a climate-proof source of complete nutrition to a star ingredient in innovative, planet-friendly foods, the bambara groundnut is a hero whose time has come. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the best solutions have been waiting patiently in the soil all along. 4. Okra, the verdant pod that crossed the ocean. Our fourth superfood is one you might think you know, but its history runs deeper than you can imagine. We're talking about okra, that slender green pod sometimes called lady's fingers. Its story is one of cultural resilience, starting in the highlands of Ethiopia and traveling across an ocean to forever change the food of the Americas. Botanists trace okra's origins to modern-day Ethiopia, where it was cultivated thousands of years ago, but its most important journey began during the transatlantic slave trade. Enslaved West Africans carried okra with them to the Americas. Some stories say women braided the precious seeds into their hair to ensure they'd have a piece of their homeland and a familiar food in a brutal new world. The word gumbo, that iconic Louisiana stew, comes directly from ki ngombo, the word for okra in several West and Central African languages. That connection is no coincidence. In Africa, okra was used as a natural thickener, and that technique became the soul of Creole and Cajun gumbo. Now, a lot of people are put off by okra's slimy texture, but that slime is actually a soluble fiber called mucilage, and it's a medical marvel. It acts like a sponge in your digestive system, binding to cholesterol and helping to carry it out of the body, which is great for your heart. That same mucilage also helps stabilize blood sugar by slowing its absorption, making okra a fantastic food for people managing diabetes. And there's more. Okra is low-calorie but packed with nutrients like vitamin C for your immune system and vitamin K for bone health. It's also loaded with folate, which is critical for prenatal health. Modern research is even looking into its anti-cancer properties. Okra contains a protein called lectin that, in some lab studies, has been shown to slow the growth of cancer cells. It's early days, but it shows the amazing potential of this humble green pod. Okra's global comeback is all about embracing its versatility. In the American South, it's fried to crispy perfection, grilled whole, or pickled into a tangy snack. Chefs are learning to control its texture by cooking it fast at high heat or adding acidic ingredients like tomatoes. From its ancient African roots to its central role in New World cooking, and now to the cutting edge of science, okra is a vegetable that demands respect. It's a story of survival and a nutritional powerhouse. 5. Hibiscus, the ruby red elixir of the Nile. Our last stop is a feast for the eyes. We're looking for a flower whose crimson petals are brewed into one of the world's most beautiful and refreshing drinks. This is hibiscus, also known as roselle. Its story starts in Africa before it was famously adopted by Egyptian pharaohs. In Egypt, hibiscus tea, called karkade, was the drink of royalty. It was loved for its ability to cool the body in the brutal desert heat. Ancient medical texts even mention hibiscus as a remedy for different ailments. From Egypt, its popularity exploded. Today, you can find this ruby red drink all over the continent and the world, where it goes by many names. In Nigeria and Senegal, it's zobo or bissap, often spiced up with ginger or pineapple. In the Caribbean, it's known as sorrel and is a traditional Christmas drink. But no matter the name, the recipe starts with the same thing: the dried calyces of the hibiscus flower, steeped in water to release their tart flavor and incredible color. That tartness, which is a bit like cranberry, comes from natural acids, but the flower's real power is in that deep red color, which is a sign of just how many antioxidants it contains. Hibiscus is loaded with anthocyanins, the same powerful compounds found in berries and red wine. These are fantastic for heart health. Multiple studies have shown that regularly drinking hibiscus tea can help lower blood pressure. It may also help improve cholesterol levels It's also a great source of vitamin C, which helps support your immune system, and it may even help protect your liver. It's basically a wellness tonic in a beautiful caffeine-free package. The global comeback of hibiscus is huge. Once just a traditional tea, its tart flavor and brilliant color have caught the eye of the modern food and drink industry. Bartenders love it for cocktails, using it to make vibrant pink syrups and infusions. But it's not just for drinks. Chefs are grinding it into a powder to use as a spice rub on meat or infusing it into barbecue sauces for a tangy kick. You can find it in jams, jellies, and even fancy chocolate bars. From a pharaoh's refreshment to a trendy cocktail ingredient, hibiscus has proven its timeless appeal. It's a beautiful, potent flower that's painting the future of food a brilliant shade of red. So there you have it, 5 ancient powerhouses, each with a story as rich as its flavor. From the savory punch of dawa dawa to the sweet, gut-friendly tiger nut, from the climate-proof protein of the bambara groundnut to the heart-healthy magic of okra and the blood pressure-balancing beauty of hibiscus. These ingredients are so much more than just a trend. They're a bridge to the past and a blueprint for a healthier, more sustainable future. They represent a move away from a boring, monotonous global diet and a move towards celebrating biodiversity. They prove the wisdom of ancient food traditions and the brilliance of the people bringing them back. These foods have nourished a continent for millennia. Now, they are ready to nourish the world. They are the ancient superfoods fueling Africa's future and the future of what's on all of our plates. This journey doesn't have to end here. We really want to hear from you. Which of these 5 superfoods are you most excited to try? Have you ever used any of them? Share your thoughts and recipes in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about all the incredible food this planet has to offer. And if you enjoyed this trip, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching.